Volume. Cut it. Is it up?
Hello? Maybe they just. How you cut the camera on?
See the little camera?
Mm. Is anybody here?
To mention about what time it came to me last week. So, okay, so, so,
Yeah, this it's just like automatically put up WebEx, and then you can go down to the PDF, it'll be and then that'll take you back to the. But through all that, all they're gonna really see is whatever's on the screen.
right here, right?
Unless they're in the room, then they'll see whatever's projected onto the. You can even join the meeting on that laptop too, and then let people in there instead of going like.
That's what I was thinking about doing. So, I won't be. I don't want to have to go any through.
Through WebEx.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have. Huh?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Please mute your microphone until your docket is called. Once your docket is called, you would then identify yourself and state your relationship to the property. Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Everyone is here, and you can go ahead and start with the preamble.
Okay, in compliance with notification requirements of Ohio's meeting law and section 101.021 of the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio, 1796, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the city planning department conducts its meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstentions from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record prior to the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting has the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile versions and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you, and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking the raise hand icon again and mute your microphone. We will also be utilizing the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located on the bottom of the WebEx screen. All meeting activities being recorded by way of the WebEx platform. These proceedings are also being live streamed by way of YouTube. All requests to speak in a particular matter by way of our website and email have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comment on a particular matter. Call-in users can unmute by using *6. Notice of,
That's just standard.
okay, notice of public hearing Wednesday, May 8th, 2024, Cleveland City Hall. See the address is there,
You don't have to read that, Mr. Gallagher.
right? What, okay, so there's another part of that we usually do. We're not doing that?
It was all on the one slide.
Okay, all right, it's been revamped. Ms. Davis?
You want to do the verification?
Yes, let's get, Mr. Jacobson.
Mr. Chairman, this is Dan Jacobson from the Law Department. Just some preliminary matters. The live stream, can we verify that the live stream is on and functioning?
Yes, it is.
And Mr. Chairman, as the Law Department has done since these public meetings have gone virtual and or hybrid, law states its objection to the use of the chat function. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jacobson. Ms. Davis?
Mr. Bradley?
Yes, good morning.
Mr. Bradley? Mr. Maskey?
Yeah, here.
Mr. Dink?
Here.
Mr. Gallagher? We have a quorum.
Okay, we'll call the first docket, building docket A 22623, 5404 Broadway Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is condemnation of the main structure. Issued on August 3rd of 2023. Appeal was received September 7th of 2023, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Building Official, Dan Jacobson Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is David Lenahan and I represent Gerald Alexander. And I understand Mr. Alexander is also on video here today.
Okay, so both of yous need to swear, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, I affirm.
Okay, okay, Mr. Lenahan, I guess you're gonna be doing the speaking to start with?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what,
Mr. Chairman, one thing,
yes,
he might be.
This way or this way?
He's here.
My name is Craig Dixon. I'm an architect. I was looking at that building with Mr. Alexander.
Okay, 1 second. Are you here to give testimony?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Gallagher, we also have someone in person to give testimony as well. You can come up to this table.
Here.
Yes. And could you state your name again?
Craig Dixon.
Okay, so he's about to swear you all in.
Okay.
Go ahead,
okay.
Mr. Chairman.
All right, whoever, I guess we have a new person in there. Solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, who's ever gonna start off, go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. This is Attorney David Lenahan. For the record, I'd like to introduce the following in defense and in support of the appeal. The building code violation was issued in August 3rd, and within 30 days, the property owner had hired an architect. He's here to testify. They had started to begin the process within that 30 days to abate and to come up with a plan to rectify the citations that were issued in the building code violation. And strangely and unfortunately, the building was demolished. So the property owner would submit that due process was not provided. The building code violations should be rejected because the opportunity was taken away from the property owner who had hired an architect and had started the process to abate, but was frustrated by efforts of the building department. And I would support that with the live testimony of Mr. Alexander and Mr. Dixon.
Okay, do you choose to speak now, or do you want to wait to hear the city's opinion?
I just asked them to both state for the record that the statements I made are true and accurate based upon their personal knowledge and information. Mr. Dixon, can you do that first?
Yes, I attested it.
And Mr. Alexander, you need to unmute yourself.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, preliminarily, this is, and I apologize for the background noise. They're redoing the roof here at City Hall. But this preliminarily, this was the notice that's under appeal was issued as an emergency, as a building official emergency, based on the condition and the deteriorating factors of the property. I will present for the board that there was a notice of violation issued on this property in July of 2022 for hazardous conditions, for parapet walls collapsing, and for other conditions on the property. It was re-inspected after inactivity again in 2023. The conditions were found to have continued to deteriorate. You can see from the photos, and there's many other photos showing primarily that the sheathing for the roof structure it was deteriorated and is no longer functioning. That roof sheathing is on is fastened to rafters. The rafters are, of course, embedded into the walls. You can see the picture here, the far right photograph that shows further deterioration of the facade and the masonry members failing. Again, there was already a notice of violation issued for hazardous condition. This property sat on the corner, directly on the corner of Broadway and the side street. So no protection, no safeguards presented. And it was in a position and a condition of failure. And due to the inactivity and from the year-old notice of violation for hazardous condition, the city had no other recourse than to raise the structure for the safety of the residents.
Okay, now, Mr. Vanover, so are you suggesting then that the hazardous conditions were things falling down onto the sidewalk or street?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, our position is that we had issued a notice of violation for the collapsing parapet wall in 2022, and that the condition continued through the winter to continue to deteriorate, and that it was actively failing, and for the safety of the residents and the people driving around this structure, that it was actively failing and that it needed to be abated by demolition.
Okay, what is the picture that we're seeing that's second in from the left? What is that?
Mr. Chairman, that is the roof structure. This building is what appears to be a type 3B building or type 3 building of some sort with wood plank sheathing on the roof, on wood joists / rafters for the roof ceiling. And that shows the deterioration of those members. And then ultimately, based on the information provided in the notice and in the photographs, once that roof sheathing fails, the walls and the exterior structure, the roof rafters and the exterior structure work in conjunction with each other. So the roof holds up the walls hold up the rafters, and the rafters hold in the wall. And due to this damage and due to this condition, once the roof fails, that's when the rafters start moving and push the parapet wall out. And zooming into the photo directly next to that, you can see the portions of the parapet that are collapsing. I will also attest that this building is, this is not a matter of damage. It's from an accident or from a single event. This building is in this condition over years, if not decades, of neglect. And while I recognize, the statements of the appellate, the expectation is that when one owns property in the city of Cleveland, that it is maintained before it gets to the condition that the city needs to issue notices to tell the owner to do what they're already responsible for doing. So we object to the appeal. We ask that you find that the emergency order was properly issued and that the city acted within its right and its police powers to abate this hazardous condition and this imminent danger to the public.
Okay, Mr. Lenahan?
Yes, number one, I can't respond to anything from 2022. We're not here on that matter. Whatever happened in 2022 is frankly irrelevant. And if nothing else, it shows that whatever immediacy that is being discussed here clearly wasn't the case. As this thing's been going on for whatever period of time. Nonetheless, we're here for the 2023 August citation. The citation specifically provided and gave the property owner 30 days to abate and to resolve the issue, which he was in the process of doing, which he had hired an architect who was here to testify that that indeed was the case. Unfortunately, he was robbed of that opportunity for whatever reason without any notice, but regardless, the citation that was issued should be denied and overruled and rejected because due process was not provided with the 30-day notice for them to comply and get it into a permit issue, which is what was being undertaken. So I think from a procedural standpoint, as it pertains to a citation that specifically gives 30 days to abate or to get a permit, that wasn't, time had not expired, and therefore he cannot be found to be in violation of any codified ordinance with respect to that. And as it pertains to, if you want to hear more about the roof and its integrity, if the architect wants to offer any opinions as it pertains to that and his specific knowledge as to what he saw out there, he can at this time. But regardless, I still think the issue is notice and opportunity, and the notice was 30 days and that opportunity was taken, and therefore the violation should be denied.
Okay, let me go to some board members here and see if they have comment as to the situation in hazardous conditions.
Mr. Chairman, based on what we're seeing, it does appear that the parapet wall was collapsing, and that is a time. It occurred over a lengthy period of time. And while I understand that this appeal is just based on the August 3rd violation, I'm curious that the July 2022 notice of violation didn't receive any action, or it doesn't seem that anything was addressed between that time and the August 3rd violation. So I don't see the owner moving constructively over any period of time and really just letting the building deteriorate.
Okay, Mr. Maskey?
Regardless of when the city got involved, and looking at that roof, it appears that that roof has been in that state for quite some time. And although we don't see interior images, I'm really concerned that if the roof is that bad, the inside of the building must be a disaster, or was a disaster. And, when that starts to happen, you get water penetration. Not only do you get weakened materials, but you start to get other things going on like mold growth, which is very hard to remediate. And, when you look at that upper image of the building, as Mr. Dank stated, that doesn't happen overnight. And when that starts to happen, that needs to be addressed almost immediately, because that starts falling on people. Someone could get injured or killed.
Okay, very good. Mr. Bradley?
I agree. The building had been sitting there too long and people were about to get hurt with it. It would cost twice the amount of money to rehab it because of the mold and all the deterioration of the other building from the weather.
Okay. Mr. Vanover, I'm going to go back to you for the last comment here.
So, Mr. Chairman, just for the record, the city would attest that the notice of violation issued provides the right to appeal within 30 days, and that is not uncommon. I mean, that is our common practice. However, it does not, the requirements for repair are immediate, and there is no violation of, there was not 30 days provided to repair. We would argue that the notice from 2022 is absolutely relevant because the appellant is arguing that they were not given notice of the conditions and the need to repair this property. We would argue that that notice alone with the hazardous conditions does provide constructive notice. Roughly a year was allowed to make those repairs, and that the city had notified the appellant that the property was in a dangerous condition. That being said, the notice that we're here under appeal from 2023, the conditions had continued to deteriorate, and our position is that it's a pattern of neglect and disregard for the orders of the city and the condition of the property and the safety of the neighborhood. So the 22 notice just shows the pattern of neglect and does complete or does give constructive notice. And then the further violation notice is forthwith immediate compliance with the right to appeal, which is why we're here. We would ask that you uphold the notice as properly issued. We assert our police powers to abate unsafe, hazardous, and dangerous positions in their immediacy.
Okay, so I think after asking the board's opinion on this, I believe that we all are in agreements that hazardous conditions do exist or did exist. And so because of that, a motion is in order to uphold the notice as properly issued and to deny the appeal. Motion
So move.
moved by Mr. Bradley.
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes. Mr.
Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
We had, did you have a discussion, Dan?
I saw that Councilman Starr was on. I didn't know if you wanted to add any comments.
Yes, Councilman Starr?
Yes, I just want to say thank you, committee. This has been an issue since I've been elected in office. I drive up and down Broadway, and I've noticed how the building was collapsing. My office, me personally, sent emails to Building and Housing, to Vanover, as well as Sally Martin, asking them to really take a good deep look at this. I have residents emailing me daily about their bricks falling off, and I just want to be honest and fair. If people want to own properties in our city and they're not going to keep the maintenance kept of the building, and then I think it's best that the city do what's in the best within the city ordinance and laws to be able to hold them accountable. There should not be no excuses, like I said, and since 2022. This has been one of the properties that residents mentioned to me. And even before I got in office, when I was campaigning, residents mentioned of that property as well as a couple additional properties in the North Broadway area. So I just want to say thank you all for continuing to do the great work. But this has definitely been an issue that needed to be addressed.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. Okay, like I said, there'll be notification will be sent out within 2 weeks. We're gonna call the next docket A 37923, 7403 St. Clair Avenue.
Thank you. Give me 1 second, Mr. Chairman.
Sure, no problem.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is a 30-day condemnation order of the main structure issued on August 25th of 2008 and March 11th of 2010. The appellant is requesting for 1 year to abate the violation. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Building Official, Dan Jacobson, Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record?
My name is Darrell Bradley.
See if I caught that last name. Is that Daryl?
Darrell Bradley.
Oh,
Bradley.
okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Bradley. Solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what the plans are.
Well, I've currently partnered with my realtor of Cleveland, Jermaine Berg. He has secured an investor for me to assist with hard money and/or labor. In the time between waiting for the other parties to connect their dots and get the moving pieces going, the listing has expired. I plan to continue working my course with my realtor and my investors. but I had the hearing coming up, and the hearing is here, so it's just a step back. I kind of feel like I'm in limbo because I don't know what the process or the future is going to hold for my buildings. But my building is secure, it's maintained, it's safe. My relatives there often, so we're just waiting to see what the outcome is going to be with this hearing to further pursue future plans.
Okay, so you don't have any time frame.
Well, I'd like I said, my listing expired last month. I'd like to renew it and keep things going and keep the ball rolling where I have it. So I'd probably like to have probably a year like I requested before.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
Mr. Chairman to Ms. Davis, could you provide me with the violation notice number on this appeal?
Through the chair to Mr. Vanover. V as in Victor, 1-0-0-0-7-8-0-7.
And Mr. Chairman to Ms. Davis, this notice was issued in 2011, and under what authority is Mr. Bradley filing this appeal 14 years later? Is this a new owner? Is this a new owner situation?
I didn't own the properties in 2011.
1 second.
Through the board to the appellant, the property is titled to a business entity of PNP Cleveland LLC. Mr. Bradley, can you state your relationship between yourself and the business entity PNP Cleveland LLC?
I'm a managing member.
Okay. And through the chair to the chief building official, the applicant filed their appeal. They did attach some information regarding the members of PNP Cleveland LLC, including the member Daryl Bradley. There are 2 other individuals, Philip Anderson and James D. Vance Jr.
So, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Jacobson, thank you. The question still posed to Mr. Chairman to Ms. Davis on the appeal period for this notice of violation has long expired, and my first question is, under what authority was the appeal filed? New owners do have a right to file an appeal, so I guess the question is, when did PNP take possession of this property?
To the chair to Mr. Vanover, give me 1 second.
And Mr. Chairman, while Ms. Davis is researching that, I would ask Mr. Chairman, through the chair to the appellate, Mr. Bradley, when did PNP take possession of the property?
Approximately 2021, 2020. Currently, I don't have that accurate date offhand.
Through the chair to Mr. Vanover, PNP Cleveland LLC took ownership of this property January 23rd, 2020.
So, Mr. Chairman, we would, the city's position preliminarily is that this is not a timely appeal, and that there's, without the change of ownership or some further order of the Department of Building and Housing, that this appeal has been filed outside of the statutory time period for it. Secondly, based on the information provided, we would instruct that this property was condemned when it was purchased, and while the city of Cleveland allows for the purchase and the transfer of condemned property as an investment property that was condemned, and as I've stated many times in these hearings, the condemnation order and the condition of the property informs the purchase price. This was a business decision that was made to purchase a condemned property. There's an expectation that when one enters into business ventures for real estate speculation, that they have the resources and the funding and the wherewithal to make those corrections. So we would ask that you deny any more time and you remand this structure to the Department of Building and Housing, as it is our position that the ownership and the appellate was aware of the condemnation prior to purchase, and had they done their due diligence and provided and put all their resources in place before the purchase, that is the expectation.
Mr. Chairman, I had a quick question for the appellant.
Sure.
Through the chair to the appellant, the business is the property is titled to PNP Cleveland LLC, but I noticed that you called in today and that your contact information is out of state. It appears to be in New Jersey. I just wanted to ask, are there any local agents within the city of Cleveland that manage the property or that are physically present in the city of Cleveland and or Ohio that manage the property?
Yes, I do have a realtor by Jermaine Berg, and as far as my due diligence, yes, that's his name, Jermaine Berg. She's from the city of Cleveland, Keller Williams.
Can you provide that? I didn't hear that through the local people in charge of your property.
Yes, his name is Jermaine Berg, Burge.
In his relationship to the property, he was the
current realtor.
Okay. Is the property for sale then, sir?
Well, for sale, and I partnered with him to obtain an investor, which we had, but the listing currently expired. So I'm in a current limbo right now. Mind you, my taxes were improperly assessed. The way I got the buildings was through a Cleveland 101 program, which told me that there was going to be free of any liens or any holds of anything. The construction and everything that I had in place for the purchase price, the buildings were going to be taken care of through the contractor. I got burned by the contractor. So now I'm just, getting my bearings together, getting everything, trying to get some traction. I was able, like I said, to get my building secure, safe, locked up, get everything. Excuse me?
Understood. Is the property occupied or?
Currently, no.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, listening
I
to,
just need more time to get things together on my end. Being a young out-of-state investor and just, waiting on certain moving pieces that I can't control, it's a little hard and a little difficult. And then I'm having these hearings back to back. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get some traction going and just, be a good tax-paying citizen of Cleveland and actually, see my dreams come to fruition. But I just need a little bit more time, guys.
okay, well,
If you guys,
go ahead. Is somebody going to say something? Was somebody else going to speak?
Mr. Chairman, there's nothing that prohibits Mr. Bradley from doing everything that he wants to do. We encourage rehabilitation and restoration of properties, and we would recommend that the application for permits be started immediately. That can happen at any point. But there's nothing that remanded it to the Department of Building and Housing. There's nothing that keeps those same things from happening. But we would ask that you deny any more time, remand it back to us, which will then hasten the process and require permits to be made and work to be completed without hindering our ability to enforce on the order.
Yeah, motion is in order.
Mr. Chairman,
What?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Councilman Starr, did you want to speak on this matter or you just didn't ever lower your hand? Okay.
Are we
Go
all?
ahead.
Well, and you guys had mentioned that the violation has been since 2011. I acquired the property in 2020. It was wrongfully assessed. My taxes were almost tripled. The last hearing I had to go to get that resolved. That just happened. So I'm trying to manage getting the taxes caught up with them being improperly assessed, with working with a realtor with making sure my property's in accordance with the city, you know what I mean? Making sure like nobody's breaking into it, making sure it's safe, it's secure. Having a realtor over there that I'm working with actively, and you know what I don't understand. It's like I feel like I'm being attacked or not bullied, if you will, because I'm trying. It's only so much that I could do when you have a hearing. You basically start off with a no. You know what I mean? You're put in a situation where it's a lose-lose situation. I got contractor that I don't know. It's a little overwhelming, guys. Just to be honest with you, I've been in the game. This is my first commercial properties that I have, and I'm doing my best with peanuts. Like I said, as far as time is, whatever happened in 2011, I wasn't even aware of none of that. And when I purchased the properties, it was going to be either free and clear. This was guaranteed for me. Now I'm here. I went through one realtor to get some things done. It's moving a little slow. I had to get rid of that. So now I got an actual good solid realtor with an investor that's actually taking a liking to it. And then now I'm at a hearing right now, and they're telling me what I mean. It's a little discouraging, and I'm trying my best. It's
Okay.
minimum resource in this outfit, you know?
Bradley, this motion, okay, to remand does not stop you from going ahead and taking. What is? Okay.
Like I didn't get this far just to have my buildings and my dreams crushed because of you know, that.
Okay, so the motion is in order to deny more time and remand the property to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Dank,
Second.
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes, ma'am.
Not you, Mr. Bradley. Mr. Howard Bradley? Mr. Maskey?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay, next docket is A 39523. 3401 East 139th Street.
Application and fees are in order. That you sit up at the table. Notice of violation is hazardous conditions issued on November 27th of 2023. Appeal was received December 12th of 2023, requesting for 2 years to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover. Wait, which docket are we? 395?
39523.
Okay. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Building Official. Dan Jacobson Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record.
Chandra Williams, owner.
Did you hear that, Mr. Gallagher?
Yes, I think so. Okay, Ms. Williams, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Wait, Mr. Gallagher, are you looking at the latest docket? I sent you a revised agenda. You had 395-23.
I'm in my meeting with the city.
Mr. Bradley, please mute your mic.
Okay, we are dealing with A 395-23.
3401, okay.
Yeah.
And we're asking, let's see,
Okay.
we're going to swear in Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what the plans are here.
I am in the process. I have a contractor who's getting ready to pull the permits and start working on the building. I spoke with the inspector, Mr. Watson, the other day, and they informed me that it was salvageable and I can move forward with the repairs.
Okay, and so you have a contractor involved
I do,
and they're gonna be pulling permits?
yes.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
Okay, no. I'm not sure what's going on with our connection here, Mr. Gallagher. It seemed like that, people are being kicked out and they're getting let back in. Let me make sure we still. Okay, Mr. Vanover, you're muted. Give us 1 second, Mr. Gallagher. Joy, if you can please mute your microphone.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Bradley.
This computer's gone crazy. I can't get back on.
You're on, Mr. Bradley.
I'm on?
Yes, you
Okay.
might have two devices open.
Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
Okay,
On the phone, on the computer. It's not showing up.
you might have to shut your phone down, I think, 'cause you're having a reverb.
Mr.
You
Chairman.
hear me on
Go
the
ahead.
computer?
Mr. Vanover, go ahead.
Okay, I can't hear nobody.
Okay, Mr.
Mr.
Vanover.
Chairman, I
Oh,
apologize.
boy.
We would ask that, when will the permit application be submitted?
Within a month.
Within a month. Mr. Chairman, we would not object to 60 days to make application and receive permits, and then allow the Ohio Building Code to take precedent over the time frame from there on.
Okay, sounds good. Motion is in order for July 7th, 60 days, 2024, to obtain the permits to begin the project. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Dank,
Second,
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley? Mr. Maskey?
yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes. A notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay, housing docket A 38523 has been withdrawn. Housing docket A 36723 882 Paxton Road, apartment number, I guess it says 3rd floor.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance issued on October 3rd of 2023. Appeal was received on October 27th, 2023, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Billing Official, Dan Jacobson, Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record?
Abdul Ali, owner of 2882 Paxton.
Okay, Mr. Ali, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead and let us know what the plans are.
I sent some pictures. You should have the pictures that I sent in reference to the home. That we did the violation except the garage. Was I haven't put no roof on the garage, but I sent the pictures of the hallway, the third floor, of which the guy I evicted, who inspector wrote the house up because they didn't want me to evict his friend, but nevertheless, I sent pictures of the third floor, the hallway, the steps, the smoke detector, the gutter. They are, right now, the city of Cleveland is, the pictures, the city of Cleveland is, in the grass, taking out the gas meters to install meters outside. But like I said, I sent the pictures to you to show you how much I did.
Okay, you're saying that there is a third floor to this?
Yes. The picture is showing that how the third floor is now, and it was when the guy was living there, he got evicted, but the inspector was his friend who wrote the house up.
Penny, did Justin leave?
Mr. Bradley,
I
Mr.
thought you
Bradley.
we'll get him up and tell him to get over here.
He said he was gonna call you.
Mr. Bradley.
Thank you.
He didn't call. He fell for him. Justin? Justin?
I did a lot, I took more time, but
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, go ahead.
so, first, for the record, we would like to attest to the fact that we take objection to the characterization that the property was written up because the tenant was friends with the inspector. The appellant has testified that he has made corrections on the violation notice, on the violations, which implies that the violations existed. So we object to that characterization. The city of Cleveland is called in these instances, and we inspect accordingly, regardless of who the occupant is. The inspection record shows that some progress has been made, that there's junk cars that have been removed, and that some work is done. We would ask that, I'm not sure that I heard an ask for more time, but we would ask that the notice be properly upheld as properly issued. And we would entertain a request for more time, but I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, Mr. Ali, how much more time are you requesting?
as far as the garage, the roof on the garage, I gotta go get a loan. It's gonna take time to get a loan to fix the garage roof.
Okay.
Otherwise, I sent the picture to show you the house, how everything is perfect. I didn't touch the roof. It need a garage roof. Door intact, but the roof's not intact of the garage. In the house, yeah, right.
Okay,
Through the chairman to the appellant, the property is currently occupied.
Yes,
Are there working smoke detectors throughout the
yes,
building? On all?
yes. And plus handrails. All that was in the pictures that I sent.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, we don't object to 60 days to make application for permits and get the roof corrected. This is an investment property. So while we
I
understand,
live there.
Tenant in the house.
I'm a tenant there. It's not no investment property. I
So-
live there.
Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Ali, so you live in the property, and how many other tenants are there?
It's a total of 3.
Total of 3, including yourself through the chair?
Yes, yes.
So, Mr. Chairman, then, all right, we don't object to 120 days to make the corrections on the garage roof.
okay. So motion is in order for September 7th, 120 days, 2024 to abate the violation.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, can you repeat that date again?
It would be September 7th, 2024
Okay.
So,
to abate the violations. Was that Mr. Dank? So-
Second,
Okay, second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mr. Dink.
Yes.
Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. We got next docket is housing docket A 38223, which has been withdrawn. Next docket is housing docket A 38623, 15840 Monroe.
Oh my goodness. Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance issued on October 26th of 2023. Appeal was received November 24th of 2023, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Building Official, Dan Jacobson Law. Would the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record? Mr. Gallagher, it does not appear the owner, Melissa Phillips, is in the participants panel or here today in person.
Okay. All right, Mr. Vanover, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson?
Mr. Chairman, this is Dan Jacobson from the Law Department. Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Okay, to the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling today. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Vanover?
Mr. Chairman, bear with me just a moment. It appears that that this notice is exterior maintenance, with the majority of it being painting of the exterior trim. So the appeal statement doesn't specifically ask for more time or set a date for more time. We typically give a June 1st date for compliance on painting issues. Of course, this notice of violation was issued last year. So we don't object, Mr. Chairman, we don't object to 90 days to abate the violations.
The motion is in order for August 7th, 90 days, 2024 to abate the violations.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket, A 38723, 3385 Rocky River Drive.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance issued on October 31st of 2023. Appeal was received November 28th of 2023, requesting for 1 year to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover. Chief Building Official, Dan Jacobson Law. Would the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record?
I am John Travis, counsel for the owner, Gary Travis, and Gary Travis is also present and seated next to me.
Okay, very good. Oh, to both Travises, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead and proceed and let us know what the plans are.
Thank you. We have no dispute with any of the citations. We are just asking for some additional time. Progress is being made. I believe the panel has the signed contract for taking care of the garage. Mr. Travis, my brother, intends to make all of these corrections, but he, in fact, wants to go above and beyond. For example, the gutters need to be replaced, but Gary wants to replace the roof. So it makes sense to do the roof first and then the gutters. That's the logical order to do it. And he intends to make the property look really nice, go above and beyond what has been requested. So we've asked for November 1st, 2024, when the citations were issued last fall. Wintertime, you can't really get some of these things done. So we are making progress. We commit to getting all of this done. We are going above and beyond what is requested, and we're hoping that it will be done sooner rather than later.
Does your brother live there?
He is domiciled there, yes.
Okay, very good. Mr. Vanover?
So, yeah, Mr. Chairman, yeah, so this is an owner occupied structure, and the inspection record indicates that there is progress being made. We would ask, I would strongly caution the appellate through the chair that this summer is the summer that this work has to be completed, and no requests or, revisits of the facts. I understand that property maintenance can be difficult on, when on your home. So we do not object to the November 1st date, with the understanding that, it's going to start snowing and getting wet in October. So I caution everybody to get it done much sooner than that.
Okay, motion is in order to grant till, we'll go to November 7th, which is 180 days, 2024, to abate the violations. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, motion by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next docket is A 388-23 10603 Elmira Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance, no permit, rental registration, and illegal occupancy. Issued on November 8th of 2023. Appeal statement received December 4th of 2023, requesting for 6 months to abate the violations. Present for today's hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Building Official, Dan Jacobson, Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record? You have to speak up so they can hear you.
Oh, okay. My name is Jano Kashava. So,
Did you hear Mr. Gallagher?
Not catching the last name. What's the last name?
Shala. Janot Shala.
Okay, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
You can't pull it or it's going to scream.
I do.
Okay.
You have an affirmative from Mr. Deshawn?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and let us know what your plans are.
Yeah, the process has been made. I'm still working on the violation to make sure that the work has been done, because last time when I appealed, they told me once you finish the work, you call your inspector to come and inspect and see if everything is be done. But I still need a couple of times more time to finish the work. So
Okay, we have an issue of a no permit. What I'm seeing on here, and also illegal occupancy and rental registration. Has any of that been corrected?
illegal occupants.
Everything is corrected?
No, he's questioning about the illegal occupancy, Mr. Chairman.
No, I'm living up and downstairs. There's someone who's renting, and I have registered for the person.
Through the chairman to the appellant, is it a two-family, three-family house? How many people are living in?
It's two families.
It's a two-family? Are there
Yeah.
two
Me, myself, with another family, we live upstairs. There's one family renting downstairs.
Okay.
Okay. And you're requesting how much time?
6 months, that's kind of good.
Okay. All right, Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, the notice of violation was issued because the basement has been illegally converted into a living space. And this is a two-family dwelling that has been illegally converted into a three-family. There's permits required for that conversion. There's also an extensive amount of plumbing work that was done for this purpose without permits. There have been no permits pulled, and our records do not indicate that this property is currently rental registered. We would ask that you find all the notices properly issued. We do object to 6 months. We ask that the illegal occupancy be discontinued and permits to remove that occupancy be applied for immediately. All told, we would ask for no more than 60 days because of the hazardous conditions. We would ask for no time to be granted on the no permit violation, no time to be granted on the illegal use violation, no time to be granted on the rental registration requirement. And then we would entertain a request for more time on the interior and exterior violations.
Okay, so first part of the motion would be find that it was properly issued, and that we are not going to rule on more time on those three issues that you had requested, which is the permit and the illegal use and the rental registration. So we're looking at being let's see, 60 days to correct the violations. They exist. It'd be July 7th, 2024 to abate those violations. Motion so in order.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Discussion?
Yes.
So, Mr. Chairman, for clarity, violation notice, and for Ms. Davis's purposes, violation notice V230244450 for interior exterior maintenance has been granted 60 days to comply. Violation notice V230244452 for no permit has been denied more time and remanded back to the Department of Building and Housing. Violation notice V230244453 has, for illegal use, has been denied more time and remanded back to the Department of Building and Housing. Violation notice V2324454 for failure to rental register has been denied more time and remanded back to the Department of Building and Housing.
That's the intention.
Okay.
through the chair to, Ms. Davis to the chair, so that is the amendment of the record?
Yes.
Okay. You're done, sir.
Okay. All right. Notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. All right, next, housing docket A 389-23, 13806 Coit Road.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance issued on October 27th of 2023. Appeal was received November 15th of 2023, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Billing Official, Dan Jacobson Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record?
Good morning, Jim Petropolius, attorney for 13806, or Lofty Holding 13806 Kuwait Road, DAO LLC. I also have Kathy Nguyen, spelled Nguyen, as a representative owner with me here today.
Okay, so I'm going to require both of you to solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you both. So I guess, Mr. Petropoulos, you're going to be giving us the beginnings here to tell us what your plans are?
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Thank you. To begin, we're going to be requesting additional time. Here, my client's already spent $12,503 towards correcting the violations. And this work has included interior debris, exterior debris cleanup, changing doors, replacing drywall, replacing some windows, painting outlet covers, working on the shower, putting in smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors in one unit. They've got a quote for the remaining work, and the first quote they got was outrageous. It was $60,154.32. They recently received a second quote that was $32,000, but still high. So my client's still shopping for a contractor. Now they do have a property management team in place. They have secured the property. The property is vacant. It is boarded up. However, it's regularly monitored and maintained for landscaping. And they are requesting 6 months to get a reasonable bid in place so that they can complete the work at the property. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Vanover.
Mr. Chairman, preliminarily, our records indicate that as that this property was boarded by the city as it appears November of 2023. So I would ask, is the property occupied?
It is not.
And Mr. Chairman, we do not object to more time. We do object to 6 months. This is an investment property. And as we've stated, I've stated multiple times, the expectation is that the violations and the maintenance issues are corrected systematically prior to the city's involvement. I understand that this is most likely the result of an eviction case, as these often are, but it is a complaint from a tenant. Our expectation is that when corporations own property in the city, they are required to maintain them as they go and not wait for the citizens of the city of Cleveland to pay inspectors to go and tell people how to maintain their property. So we don't object to more time, but we would object to anything more than 90 days. I understand the quotes are coming in high, but this is not a practicality issue. It's an economic issue. And there's a cost to being a corporate landlord of real estate. So we would ask for no more than 90 days.
Okay, we'll go with August 7th, 90 days, 2024 to abate the violations. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, I think that was Mr. Dank.
Second.
Second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Board.
All right, next docket is housing docket A 390-23, 3544 West 129th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is condemnation of the garage issued on November 29th of 2023. Appeal was received December 5th of 2023, requesting for 6 months to abate the violation. Present for today's hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Building Official, Dan Jacobson Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record.
My name is Michael Sepik, Jr.
Okay, Mr. Sepik, you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let us know what the plans are.
Well, right now, I'm in the process of finally getting my garage torn down. And it's ready. All I have to do is get a contractor to. And the one that I was trying to get a hold of, I haven't heard back from. So I would like to request at least 2 weeks to, to get a contractor and tear it down. I was wanting to put a new garage up, but I can't find a contractor that does cement work because I want the garage to be the replacement garage made out of cement block. And I haven't did that, so I'm just gonna have this one torn down until I can find a contractor that builds it. Because the reason why is I wanna find somebody that's reliable and takes pride in their work.
Okay.
Because I've been wanting this new garage for a long time. But I emptied out the one that I got now, and I'm here to tell you that I'm in the process of tearing it down, the old one.
Mr. Vanover.
Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Sepik, do you live in this home?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Chairman, we don't object to 90 days to abate the violation notices.
It is an order for August 7th, 90 days, 2024 to abate the violation. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink, somebody's audio, okay, and Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. And everybody have a good day.
Yes, you do the
Thank
same.
you.
Thank you. Housing docket A 391-23, 1114 East 171st Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance issued on October 31st of 2023. Appeal statement was received December 2nd of 2023, requesting for spring of 2024 to abate the violations. Present for today's hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Building Official, Dan Jacobson Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record. The statements to Mr. Chairman, we do not have an Augustine Banks in the participants panel or present in room 514 today.
Okay. Mr. Vanover solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of its appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Vanover.
Mr. Chairman, this appears to be an owner-occupied structure. And the appeal statement does object to the unlicensed vehicle that was cited in the notice of violation. We've got no evidence, other evidence stating that that did not exist. And the inspector's report identifies that there was a wrecked, dismantled, or inoperative vehicle. We do not object to more time, and based on the appeal statement and the evidence before us, it appears that just painting of the siding is what is left, and we do not object to a July 7th date to correct the violations.
A motion is in order for July 7th, 60 days, 2024 to abate the violations. Motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey.
Second.
Second by Mr. Dink.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink, Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket, housing docket A, 393-23, 8511 Platten Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is condemnation of the main structure issued on November 22nd of 2023. Appeal was received December 8th of 2023, requesting for 6 months to abate the violations. Present for today's hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Billing Official, Dan Jacobson, Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record? Chair to Mr. Gallagher. Ms. Davis, Mr. Gallagher, it does not appear to be a Joynell Abedin in the participants panel.
Okay. Mr. Vanover, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
To the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
To the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Through the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with the hearing and its ruling today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Vanover.
Mr. Chairman, this is a condemnation of a main structure, and the owner is not present, and it's not owner occupied, and it is an out-of-town investor that owns this property. Without further evidence, we would ask that you deny any more time and remand it back to the Department of Building and Housing.
Motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action. So moved. Motion.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey. I think we lost Mr. Dink.
Mr. Dink, we can't hear you.
I think we might have lost.
Second.
Oh, we got him. Okay. Second.
Second.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink, Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
notice is gonna be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay, next, docket, housing docket A, 39723. And that is 1325 East 117th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance. Issued on November 20th of 2023. Appeal was received December 12th of 2023, requesting for 6 months to abate the violations. Present for today's hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Billing Official, Dan Jacobson Law. Would the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record? Mr. Chairman, it does not appear to be an Ashley Anderson in the participants panel or in person in room 514 today.
Okay, Mr. Vanover solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
To the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
To the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with its hearing and ruling today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, I'm not sure what the ask is here. This is a rental property. There appears to be some indication from the inspection record that there is some progress being made cleaning up the property. Bear with me while I look at the appeal statement, see what the request is.
6 months.
Yeah, so Mr. Chairman, this is a locally owned investment property. But there are some, there is a no permit violation and there are some open, electrical issues. Not understanding that this property is currently occupied. And, we would ask that you deny any more time and remand it back to the Department of Building and Housing.
Motion is in order to deny more time and remand the property to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Dank,
Second.
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Gallagher, Ms. Davis has temporarily stepped out. She'll be back soon.
Okay.
Have a motion. They have a motion.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Next docket is A 8124. Let's see, this is 5212, I believe, 5212 Ham Avenue. Rear.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is a vacate order and hazardous conditions. Issued on March 26th of 2024. Appeal was received April 10th of 2024, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for today's hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Billing Official, Dan Jacobson, Law, Councilman Richard Starr. Will the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record? Mr. Chairman, it does not appear that Diane Panarowski is in today's participant panel or present in room 514 today.
Okay, Mr. Vanover, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mr. Jacobson?
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, a voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
Through the chair to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, the due process requirement of notice having been given to this appellant, the board can proceed with the hearing and its ruling today. Thank you.
Okay, does Councilman Starr, you want to make a statement before we begin, or do you want to talk now, or do you want to talk at the end? Or not at all?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
this is a case that has been referred to our senior initiative program, and Inspector Michael Shockley has been working with this resident and making attempts to satisfy their needs. We would ask that you deny any more time, uphold the orders, including the vacate as properly issued, remand it back to the Department of Building and Housing so that the Inspector Shockley and the senior initiative can do their work to satisfy the needs of our senior constituent.
Okay, so the notice is properly issued and uphold the vacate order. And the motion is in order to deny more time and remand the property Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Dink, second by Mr. Maschke.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay. Notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Our next docket, I guess we have two dockets here that are kind of related, but they're different. So we better open one than the other, I guess, is the proper way of doing this. Permit extension housing docket A 384-23, 3610 West 49th Street.
Application and fees are in order. This is a request for a time extension from the original awarded time that we heard this docket on April 26th of 2023, granting this appellant into October 26th of 2023 to complete abatement of the violations. Present for today's hearing, Tom Vanover, Chief Billing Official, Dan Jacobson, Law. Will the appellant or his or her attorney or representative please state your name for the record?
Get on mute.
Good morning, committee members. I'm Paul Gregory, owner occupant.
Okay, Mr. Gregory, you're requesting for your permit extension. Do you want to let us know what anything else about that?
We're losing your audio, Mr. Gregory.
Not very good at this computer. Yeah, in the April 26, 2023 meeting, the board asked me to try to get the outside looking better to make it not an ugly people for the neighbors. So I've been painting the outside of the house last year before the weather got bad. Then I went inside and I've been running electrical cable, every which way to try to get all the electrical in the second and third floor rewired. And then I still gotta replace some more windows. I'm trying to I gotta fix the frame. Some of the wood frames got broke. when the firefighters had to do what they would have had to do. And so I'm just trying to do everything as fast as I can. I have to work to make the money and then put the time in myself a lot. And my friends are coming over, helping with the electrical that I'm not that good with, but I try to get the house painted, like I said, and fix like all the sash cords in the windows, try to do everything I could as best I could when I'm into a situation.
Okay, so for some reason, the time has run on that, so let me go over to Mr. Vanover and get comment on this.
So, Mr. Chairman, there was permits pulled and then there was an appeal and then time granted, and now we're back. Our records do not indicate any inspections for any of the work that's taken place. At this point, the order was issued in November of 2022, permits pulled, and there's been time granted to this. At this point, understanding that it's owner occupied and understanding the need to make money while while the work's going on, it's a hazardous condition and it's work that needs to be complied with. So the permits have been closed for inactivity, and under the Ohio Residential Code of Ohio, as the plan approval being invalid. At this point, I don't know. I don't even know what to request because it's dangerous. The work needs to be completed, and it's a year and a half into the process with no inspections to verify that anything is taking place. So the appellate, through the chair, the appellate indicates that there's a considerable amount of work that's been done, yet there's been no inspections of the work at all.
What about the permit time running out?
Well, Mr. Chairman, the Residential Code of Ohio states that if a project, if an approval is been abandoned, no work has transpired and inspections haven't been conducted, but that the plan approval and the permit becomes invalid, and then it's closed.
Yeah.
And that is where we are. The structure is not condemned, it's fire damaged, but it has run out because there's been no work documented within that 180-day period.
Okay, I don't want to get confused on this, but the next docket is for the same property, a time extension. And it's a little,
Mr. Chair, can I clear the record for you?
yes.
So docket A 36023 is a time extension request from the hearing that we held back on April 26th of 2023 for the fire damage violation. The board at that time granted him to October 26th of 2023 to complete abatement of those violations. On October 24th of 2023, Mr. Gregory came into the office to request for more time off of that notice of award. Then for the other docket A 38423 is for the permit extension request for the permits that he pulled to complete the abatement of the other notice.
Okay. All right, so I believe because this has to be inspected, there was work done because we don't have, it appears as if it was abandoned for a while, but there is no inspection on this. I just had the feeling that it might be better if we just denied the extension and remanded it back to the division.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
there's both an electrical and a building permit are pulled on this. We would not object to a 90-day extension with the requirement that all inspections be conducted within 2 weeks and no further extensions, meaning 90 days, this project has to be completed and finished or the permits become invalid and the appellant would need to start over.
Okay, now, what about the docket A 36023? Should that be opened at this time to include this all together for that motion?
Mr. Chair, we
Yes.
were on docket 36023 for the time extension, right?
No, we were on A.
On the permit?
Yeah, we started
Okay.
for it, yeah.
That's for permit, and then the next one is for time extension. So I think that if we open them both, to make them both open, they're same property. And to get away from any confusion here, that we go ahead and issue the October 7th, 90 days to abate the violations, have the property inspected, 2024. So I would move that that this would include both dockets.
So moved.
Okay, a move by Mr. Adenk.
Can you, through the chairman,
Oh, just a moment.
before the motion's heard, clarification on the date again?
Yeah.
The permits.
The date was August 7th, 90 days, 2024. That was, I believe, Mr. Vanover said 90 days. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. And October 7th, 2024, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Gregory, through the chair to the appellate, to be clear, that's October 7th, 2024 to have the work completed under these permits and finished and closed out.
Okay. So Mr. Gregory understands.
That seems, I mean, I've been an owner of this house since 1990, and I've always tried to keep it in the best shape I can. I'm trying to keep my bills paid up. Like I said, I'm not an ancient man, but I'm not a young person anymore. And like I said, I only made, I'm embarrassed to say, but I made under 19,000 last year. So I've been trying to put all the work and time I can and money that I have to put into this. And I don't see how it's really like a hazard, anything right now. I mean, like I said, but I know I gotta get the inspectors in there to show them the work that I have been doing. And that, I guess I lost track of the inspector. Then the inspector called me and I mean, it seemed like he was having a bad day or something, but he was like, oh, your permits are pulled. And, just really stressed me out more than, I needed to be that day, I should say. But like I said, I just need time to keep this up. I don't think I get it done in 3 months. So I'm not sure of all the language and things, but in 3 months, if I don't have like everything perfect, I mean, what are you gonna, I mean, I hope I didn't want to be like a vacant lot, like the lot next to me. You know what I'm saying? I just need time to do the best I can to make this house better than it was when I bought it in 1990, hopefully.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman to Mr. Gregory, the key is to keep the work moving and to get the inspectors in there and get it inspected often. It's been 2 years and the expectation is to get the violations corrected and make it compliant with the code and make it compliant with the violation notice. And then you can work on making it better later.
Okay, I understand, but I mean, I said, I still got to worry about if there's any lead paint. I mean, I don't know if the house is probably over 100 years old now, and I don't know if they painted something with lead paint in it a long time ago. I still don't even know what I got to do with that. But like I said, I've been trying to make the outside look as best as I can, keep it up. And then I said, I've been running wire, and like I said, I know I haven't had the inspectors in there to check it out, but like I said before, when I was in violation, my roof was falling off and it needed painted. The inspectors would just come out, like they would just come by on a Friday with lots of times when I'm working on it and just check on me. How you doing? Oh, it's looking better. Okay. And then they work with me with things like that. The inspector and the electrical inspector that I met, like I said, I've only been in contact them one time after the first time they were there inspecting it. I mean, the first few months was just getting rid of all the trash and tearing out ceilings and, to get rid of.
Mr. Chairman, understood. Reach out to the inspectors and schedule the inspections. That's the requirement of the property owner. We're ready for a resolution, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so let's give a June 7th, 30 days, 2024 to get those inspectors out there that you request for them, Mr. Gregory. And we'll go with a September 7th, 120 days, 2024. We'll give you a little extra time to abate the violations. And as Mr. Vano was saying, abate the violations before you go into doing anything else. That's the thing that's most important at this time. Motion is in order.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you, Mr. Gregory.
So I get a hold of inspectors and then we go, just keep going with it, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, committee members.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think what do we have? Okay, so I don't know if we have already postponed. We didn't give a time certain, I guess, on the postponement, but the bridge dockets are all postponed. So do we have to report on that, Ms. Davis, or have we already taken care of that previously?
It's just, if you want to read them into the record, we have already rescheduled those dockets for later on in the year.
Okay. And we did state that at the last one, we mentioned that they were postponed, so we've got if we want to do it again, let me see how this flows through. If we can do an A 327-23 through let's see what the last one is. A 342-23 have been postponed to a later date. Okay, so those will all be postponed. And next order of business is resolutions. Okay, so dockets A 231-23, 241-23, 242-23, 247-23, 268-23, 269-23, 275-23, 305-23, 322-23, 337-23, 361-23, and A1-24. Motion?
So moved.
Chairman, I believe you missed 245-23.
Okay, we'll add that in, 245-23. Yeah, I don't have that on my list. This must have been a.
Okay, I will second.
Okay,
Correction, 245, it should not be on there.
okay. All right, so my reading was correct. We'll go with what I read. Okay, motion. We got Mr. Dank, second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, we got approval of minutes for April 24th, 2023. Are there any additions or corrections?
No.
Okay, motion.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, is there any other business to come before us?
No.
Okay, very good. Then the meeting is adjourned. And I guess, Miss Davis, you're gonna look at a date for us, so whenever we get back, we'll get back with Mr. Maskey and
Can we hang on for a minute and clear everybody and go offline?
yeah, we can. Sure.
Stop.
Could someone tell us when we're not broadcasting and everybody's off?